Model E66. We took off a little more than we wanted to all at one time. We decided to move the battery that used to be there back to the back of the vehicle by bringing a 2-aught wire through there and connecting it to the starter. But that's a problem with the starter, so not a problem. We're going to take this header out one more time. This boy's got it down by now. Down. My apologies. So he's going to take that off, take the header off, get to the starter. Once you get to the starter, there's 2 bolts that you undo. Make sure your battery's disconnected. Make sure you disconnect all the wires from the starter, or your wires are long enough you could drop your starter down and disconnect the wires then. I left my wires long enough so I can just take out the 2 bolts and drop my starter down. And it's nice and easy. You pull it out and take it to your local Napa store or wherever you like to go. And we'll be back to you later. We'll show you how to button it back up.
Drop down the header. Those are the 2 bolts to drop the starter down. Those 2 bolts are 9/16. I'll come back to you once it's out. Drop the starter. We saw that the Bendix was touching the flywheel, so we got some alligator clips, connected it to the starter, then connected it to the red power line. And now we're testing to see if our starter's still good. Be very careful when you guys do this. Looking at the Bendix, making sure it's not screwed up, so you don't waste your time testing it. That looks good. The connections look good. Alright, let's test it. Back with you, learning how we go. We got it from down there. We put it right here. We got a ground to it. We hooked up our positive. Now we're going to see if that Bendix comes out. It's not going to crank over your motor, but it's just enough electricity to get to your starter and see if it cranks over. Back with you, learning how we go. We got it from down there. We put it right here. We got a ground to it. We hooked up our positive. Now we're going to see if that Bendix comes out. It's not going to crank over your motor, but it's just enough electricity to get to your starter and see if it cranks over. Alright guys, we just got back from Napa. The solenoid fried lesson for you guys that are trying to learn how to do it yourself. Don't let the ground and positive touch or blow it. And get the right eyelid for it. Because what happened to ours before was we had too big of an eyelid and it touched the ground and blew the solenoid. Alright, get back to you guys later. Okay, so we got the starter up and in. We put 1 bolt. Now we're putting the shims in. What you are supposed to put the shims in after you get the starter up in with 1 bolt. And then after you get the shims in, you put the other bolt in. Then it's mounted up. All you have to do is put your positive on positive, and then you're good. It should start right up. Get back to you. Get back to you once we put the positive on the positive terminal. Your starter should come with shims. You should use them because we have learned in the past with different starters. It'll not hit your flywheel properly. Alright. This is a Napa race starter, so if it does not fit in your car correctly, you can clock it by those bolts, and there's one right in there. Alright, let's get this thing in. So basically we got all the starter all hooked up down there. All we have to do is put the positive on the positive, and then put the secondary wire that runs our computer inside on the starter. Then it should start up, and put the header fully back on. Get back to you then. Alright, we're getting tired of putting starter in every week because of it being the wrong starter. Avengers moment of truth. Yep. There she is. She's alive.
She's alive!
Alive! See you guys next time.